If you're a maintenance supervisor for a commercial property, you've had to deal with everything from leaky faucets to flickering light bulbs. But nothing's worse than that ancient boiler that's lived in the building since the day it was built, 50 years ago. It's enough to make anyone lose their cool. That's where Grainger comes in. With industrial-grade products and dependable fast delivery, Grainger can help with any challenge, from worn-out components to everyday necessities. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to report.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a broadcast, you can't make it any easier. Go to Reaver.one. That's REAVER.ONE and click on the SHR TV button. Or you can go to, well, let's see, Facebook Live, Periscope, Twitter, YouTube. You can go to so many places and find it. Oh, it's Friday night and a nice little thunderstorm is rolling through. We've already lost power once in the house, so I think it's done and over with, but I can still see lightning in the distance. And if you can see lightning in this area, there's a chance you can run out of, well, get the power knocked out. Not run out, but... Oh, boy. Where are we at? Where are we at? So much going on, so much ridiculousness going on. And I'm trying to just let you know, I'm trying Periscope. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I got to figure out ways to hang my iPad, well, not iPad, my tablet. And I got so many things to do and so little time to do and so little money. I got to up the processor in the one computer to try to be able to run the programs I need it to run. So I can stop having a webcam, two computers, one doing the broadcast, one doing the live stream. Then I have a cell phone going for Facebook Live. I have a tablet going for Periscope. It's like, Jesus, how many computers do you really need? Actually, I think I'm going to shut the Periscope down. I'm not liking that. That also takes away my ability to look stuff up. And we'll get that back up and running another night. That was literally like 5 minutes before going on air. Let me try this. Oh. I don't know. Our world is going absolutely batshit crazy. And for some reason I keep yawning. And I don't know why. Let's see. I have no idea why I have Christmas music stuck in my head. No idea why. Oh, that's a weird thing. It's August and I already got Christmas tunes stuck in my head. Oh. What to do. You know, I really need to find a producer, one that works real cheap, like free, to come in here and help with this. It's funny how it doesn't seem... Facebook blocks us from... We're not eligible for monetization. I wonder why. I really do. I wonder why. Is it because of the conservative talk we do on this station so much? You know, other places or other shows are finding out that they can't monetize it either. Do it. Why am I yawning? Why? Why am I yawning? I have no idea. It's crazy. It really is. These companies are so liberal leaning, it's not funny anymore. It's... Oh, lordy. Now what the hell's going on? Can't get in this one program that I normally use. Jesus. What is going on? Heck? Looks like I'm going to have to do a whole new account with them now. What the fudge? Oh, it's just not working out at the beginning of the show, is it? Nope. I don't know. It's... Oh, look, the 49ers are playing. And guess who's not playing? Oh, I got in a big discussion with some people I know the other day, and it was absolutely ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I mean, to go on about Kaepernick and it's racist, it's racism that's causing it, and all this other crap, I was just like, give it a break, people. Just... He was offered a contract. Of course, now they're, oh, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Yeah, you got NFL going. He was offered a contract. He turned it down. He opted out of a $14 million a year contract. He walked away from a $14 million a year contract. So guess what? It's his own fault he's in this situation. It's his own fault. And seriously, he walks away. Now, because of his antics, nobody wants to deal with him. And it's everybody else's fault? Bullshit. Bullshitterino. He caused this problem on his own. It's his own fault. Nobody else's. He caused mass disruption on his team with the 49ers, and now he wants everybody to, kiss his ass. Expects him to be signed to another team. Well, let me tell you, when you got a bunch of fans that are saying that they're not going to buy tickets, watch the football, and yeah, you look at the numbers, they took a big hit last year. Don't give me this bullshit they didn't, because they did, and they know they did. Why? Because people were pissed off and didn't want to deal with the kneeling. Listen, you got to bitch about whatever. Deal with it on your own time. Don't go out there, disrespecting veterans that had nothing to do with your issue. And that's what I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm just getting too old. It's just all. Oh. He brought this upon himself. Now he wants to cry about everybody else and make it everybody else's issue. It's nobody else's issue except his. So, cry me a river. I don't care if the NFL is blackballing him. That's his own problem. That is his own fault for the whole issue. If I go and piss off my employer and cause my employer to lose money, yeah, I don't expect to have a job. I mean, really, it's that simple. I don't expect to have a job. We're not talking rocket science here, people. Oh, I don't know. All right. Let's see if I can now log in. Use a different account. I love how there's still sites I can't use my Reaver.1 as my email because they don't recognize .1 as an acceptable. Hopefully, Jenna, you do not get no telemarketing calls tonight. Where was I? I totally lost. Total lost. Let's see how that goes. All right, now I'm getting going. Getting everything running, and hopefully this will be it. I'm going to tell you this. During the break, I may have to shut down the live feed temporarily. But it will be back up pretty quick. So if it goes down, just bear with me. It'll be back up and running shortly. Oh, I might deal with it this weekend. I don't know. All right, let's get on with some news. Let's talk about senators. They may learn the hard way about the fallout from turning on Trump. Republican senators who have been a thorn in President Trump's side are beginning to see the political consequences for opposing the White House as pro-Trump activists start to mobilize. Just this week, it was revealed that conservative billionaire and Trump benefactor Robert Mercer would be contributing $300,000 to a super PAC supporting a primary challenger to Arizona GOP Senator Jeff Flake, whatever the asshole's name is. The Republican lawmaker has sparred with Trump on immigration and is promoting a book that argues the GOP is in denial about President Trump. Nevada Republican Senator Dan Heller, who gave only tepid support for Trump presidential bid in the subsequent push to repeal and replace Obamacare, also learned this week he would face a primary challenge from a Trump backer who has run unsuccessfully for Senate before. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, too, is feeling the heat from Trump and his base as the president vents about the Kentucky's Republicans' inability to get health care legislation passed. Flack thought, though, has been the most overt about his displeasure with the president, making the TV rounds to discuss his book ahead of his re-election race next year. If this was a total brain fart, total. And the conscience of the conservative, if ultimately our principles were so malleable as to no longer be principle, then what was the point of political victories in the first place? The White House has not shielded from, shied from hitting back. I think Senator Flake would serve his constituents much better if he was less focused on writing a book and attacking the president than passing legislative. Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said last week when asked if the president would back a challenger. Politico first reported, though, that Mercer plans to donate to the super PAC backing Flake's challenger, Kelly Ward. Kelly Ward had a very, very close, very good chance of beating McCain. Damn, total brain fart there. Total brain fart. Sorry about that. Almost beat McCain. So, last I heard, Flake and his numbers were like 16% approval or some crap like that. He was real low. Let's see. Let me pull it up real quick. Ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga chaka. Come on. Flake. All right, let's see what it comes up. It's going to be... Where the hell did it go? You know, sometimes these things are just a pain in the ass to find. I can't really find it right now, but a lot of them are saying, second term of the most unpopular senator is one slate. Revert's rule. Damn right. 18% he's at. That was August 3rd. His approval ratings are at 18%. Sorry about that. That took a little long. That was that was bad of me, but 18% his numbers are at. And he's up for re-election, and he keeps running his mouth talking about globalism. He loves being a globalist. He thinks we need to give amnesty to illegal immigrants. We have to have, a 1 million minimum immigration number. This is a guy, he is just trying to piss everybody off. I just don't understand. You're going for re-election, and you basically are pissing off your whole base. Not smart. Not smart at all. And now, Jeff Flake is denying being worried about a primary challenge. I'm going to run hard, have a good campaign, and I feel good about it. Like Flake, Heller is facing a primary challenger in Nevada from the right. Businessman Danny Tacaneri, the son of the legendary Nevada basketball coach. Sorry if I butchered your name. It wasn't on purpose. Heller has long been considered vulnerable, but his effort to at least avoid a primary challenge grew more complicated when he decided to back Republican-controlled Senate early Obamacare overhaul plan. At one point, a pro-Trump group called America First Policy briefly took out advertisement against Heller over his health care stance. Heller ultimately backed a scaled-back measure, but the overall repeal effort failed, denying Trump, at least for now, his first major legislative victory. Now, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense, and we will be right back after these brief messages, only here on SHR and High Plains Pundit Radio.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cat for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its host, the Jersey Boys. Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch broadcasts, it's very simple. Just go to Reaver.1, click on the SHR TV button, and that's it. And even while you hit that button, you go in to watch, the chat room's right there. Join in the conversation. Have some fun. All right, let's see if this works. All right, I shut down a lot of things. I'm going to shut this feed down. All right, and we're going to pop this one up. Let's see how it does. Let's see how it does. Cross your fingers. All right, I think I'm broadcasting. All right, and let's see how bad the lag is going to be. That's the big question. How bad is the lag going to be? All right. Yeah, it's too much. I can't do it. Oh, I haven't even started broadcasting, and I already got a massive lag going. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, let's see how it does, and if it acts up. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting a massive feedback, ain't I? All right, let's see. Streaming live there. Trying to see how it goes. So I don't want a crap feed. Sorry for the delay, but it's a Friday night, a little bit slow on the news, so I'm going to be messing with this tonight. Alright, it says it's transmitting. Alright, let's see how that does. Alright. Oh. So, well, let's get on with it, and we'll see how it goes. Let's try to minimize as much as we can to try to minimize the computer usage. And, actually, it looks pretty good. I don't have a major difference. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and if it doesn't work out, I will shut it down and do the right thing. I hate having half-assed. Why does it look like I'm not even broadcasting? It says I'm broadcasting, but I don't see it on Facebook. Grrr. Grrr. All right. Houston, we could have a problem. So I do have one viewer there. All right. So if Jenna, if you're watching it again, I won't be able to see your chat because just the way it's going, I'm having trouble pulling the information up right now. So if you want, you can just give me a direct message and I'll see it. This is weird. I'm looking over my dead dog, Rover. All right, page management. It's so much fun when you're doing this stuff, and then you try to... Ooh, there it is. All right. This is what we're doing right now. Hopefully this is it. I think I'm there, Jenna. It's doing a little weird. If there's any issues with it, let me know, Jenna. I'd appreciate it. What the heck is going on? That's weird. So I could see it there. All right. I think I got it. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. All right. Let me check. That's weird. The fun. Like I said, when you're trying to do this shit by yourself and you don't have anybody to help you, and it's not like you can just do this shit offline either. Minimize the computer usage. All right, that's looking good. That's looking good. Let's see how that's going. All right. And from here, we can get going because everything's looking good. I don't think like I have a major lag going on like I did last time. Oh, my God. It was like... looked like a 1930s film or something. All right. Thank you, Jenna. I'm glad to see you back. Glad to see you back. I think I'm in the room. So you can do the chatting there, too. So I appreciate it. Just let me know if there's any issues with it, any major issues. There might be a little... sound issue right now I got to work out. But let's get back and get going. And I got that working. Holy shit, I got that working. I'm proud of myself. Democrats campaign spokeswoman contradicts. No interest in working with pro-life Democrats. A spokeswoman for the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee has contradicted her boss, the DCCC chairman, Representative Ben Ray Lujan, who said there is not a litmus test for Democratic candidates on abortion rights. The DCCC has no interest in working with Democrats for Life of America, despite their attempts, said DCCC spokeswoman Meredith Kelly. That right there tells you everything. So they're only going to support candidates that are 100. Yeah, Jenna, that will stop on. That was what I was using on my phone. What I got going is a program that is splitting my live stream for YouTube, and it's splitting that off into the live stream and for Facebook. So what you're seeing is the same thing that everybody else is seeing. It's one broadcast, one view, not 2 or 3 different views like I had going. Somehow I was able to get it going, and it's looking pretty good. It doesn't look like a major choppiness through Facebook or through YouTube. So hopefully I got it going. I got a couple things I got to work with it still, but it's working now. I'm happy. The DCCC spokeswoman Meredith Kelly, according to the Atlantic, which also reports that Kristen Day of Democrat for Life of America said the lines of communication are open between her organization and the DCCC. The contradiction highlights the continued turmoil within the Democrat Party over the issue of how to win back the majority in Congress. Does anybody actually think? Does anybody actually think? That's weird. Just when it starts to look good, there's a problem that pops up. Yeah, and there might be a little staticky. I don't have all the bugs out yet, but I don't know why it's getting staticky, though. It shouldn't. Why did that get interrupted? All right. Well, Lujan's statement also in sharp contrast to the Democrat Party's 2016 platform, its most pro-abortion ever, and to the Democrat National Committee Chairman Tom Perez's announcement in April that pro-life individuals are not welcome in his party. Every Democrat, like every American, should support a woman's right to make her own choice about her body and her health. That is not negotiable and should not change city by city or state by state. Well, that I find funny because, well, so they're for murdering of babies, but you can't defend yourself, and we can't put murderers to death on death row. Those are unconscionable. Those are things that the Democrat Party is against. But they're okay if you murder a child, murder a fetus. They're okay with that. Just don't murder any adults protecting your own life. Don't murder any adults that doesn't deserve to live. Can anybody make sense out of that for me? Please, make sense out of it, because it doesn't make sense to me. It seems they're not being smart here. They're really not being smart here. And why I say that is they haven't won elections on this. They have not won elections. They have a small group that, will win them some small election here and there, and it gives them support. But when they push gun control and abortion, they lose. And that's what they're going on. A major abortion and gun control kick right now. It's what the fuck are these idiots thinking about? It's like how to lose an election over and over again by the DNC. And listen, I want them. At this point, I want them to lose. I I can't understand how stupid they are going in the same direction, the same path, and never changing. You know, Einstein said definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Well, that's exactly what they're doing. The same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome. The Republican Party was doing it, but then here comes Trump in. He didn't kind of like get invited into the party. He took it over. So, listen, we got to take a break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I should say welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here, we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch a broadcast, it's real easy. Just go to reaver.one, that's reaver.one, or go to Facebook, go to @JerseyJoeTalks, or go to YouTube and search SHR Media. It's that simple. Oh my God, I got shit vibrating all over my desk. It's like a porn store gone bad. Democrats are in such disarray. They're going to have a hell of a time trying to retake the House or the Senate. And they're pushing this pro-abortion, and pretty much that's all anybody can think about. All right, you have to be pro-abortion. You have to be anti-gun. It's going to kill a lot of Democrats that had to be moderate, conservative Democrat in certain areas to get elected. You start pushing that, they're going to start losing. And then you will see Democrat Party just be in a bi-coastal area. I don't know what more to say. I mean, I don't want to see a solid conservative government because that would be bad. You do need a little bit of a yin with the yang. But right now, I want the conservatives to take control and see how it goes. I really do. I think they could do a lot more. Huffington Post also reported that Harris, considered to be a potential 2020 presidential contender, says Democrats can't afford to have a litmus test in a way that reality is a purity test. It's not going to work. Protecting a woman's health, her right to choose, and her economical security are fundamental tenets of the Democrat Party, and as long as Republicans control Congress and the White House, those values are constantly at risk. No, they're not. No, they're not. You're not going to see a major attack on their, trying to get the Supreme Court to redo, Roe versus Wade. You're not going to see that. You won't see that. It's going to stay the way it is. Okay? I don't see the conservatives going to try to redefine abortion with the not a Supreme Court, sorry. I just don't see it. So they're using it as more of a scare tactic, which that's all the Democrat Party is right now. All they are is a scare tactic party. Dang it, it's not looking good. I also got a storm in the area. I mean, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, we had power outages. We lost power pretty good. And then it's ricocheting back on and off. That's why I got UPCs, they're called. So I don't fry out my computer. In time, I'll get all the broadcast up and running and working correctly now that I got a good setup going where hopefully, the last I saw, it was running good. But it could be my side, too. All right. Where's that next article? The RAISE Act won't pass unless Republicans feel heat from the base. Kansas Secretary of State and Vice Chair of the Presidential Advisory Committee on Election Integrity, Chris Kobach, spoke regarding the reforming American immigration for a strong economy, the RAISE Act, and its important impact on Americans' immigration system. I think it has a shot, Kobach said, as to the passing of the act, adding, I wouldn't say a long shot, but the odds are against it right now unless the base and the red state Republicans can feel the heat from the constituents. And that's what they need to do. They need to feel some heat right now. I mean, your calls matter. Your calls help. And from what I've read, calling has 100% more effectiveness than letters or emails or faxes, if you want to go that route. Calling does affect the way they do business. So, wow. Damn. Looking at looking around on a couple things. So call your senators, call your Congress person, I should say. Call your Congress representative and get on them. Get on them. Tell them this is what you want. You want it passed. And guess what? It will get passed then. If you get calling, it will get passed. Call them, and it will happen. It looks like legal immigration, specifically green cards, that we have been bringing into this country every year. And what many people don't realize is that in the early 90s, we started doubling the number of green cards. These are legal permanent residents. Once they get in, they're staying for the rest of their lives. And they eventually become citizens. He pointed out the number has gone from 500,000 to 1 million a year, and the vast majority of them, 14 out of 15, are low-skilled workers. Oh, everybody forgets that. Everybody forgets that. We're bringing in unskilled poor people, and 51% of the immigrants in the United States right now are going to welfare. So we're bringing them in. They're going almost immediately to the welfare system, and the American taxpayer is footing the bill, he added. Kobach said, one of the things we have to do to get this country on the right footing again is we've got to reduce the importance of very low-skilled poor people in our legal immigration system. And so that's what the RAISE Act is all about. We went before the 90s. Before the 90s, we only brought in, less than 500,000 people a year, immigrants. It wasn't until the 90s that they upped that number to over 1 million. I don't know if I have an issue or not. So you're looking at everything, it's looking good on this end. But I can't get it, the Facebook one, to show up on my computer system, or on my cell phone. It's weird. All right. Heck, what? I think it's still going. I really do. Hopefully it is. So we got to sit there and cut out this low immigration, or this high immigration number, high immigration, sorry. We need to go back to low immigration numbers, and if we're going to keep the higher ones, they need to be coming in and having a higher level education, something that's more that we're sure they are going to be able to come in and work and support themselves. Because these ones that are coming in and going straight to welfare, that's bullshit. Stay in your own country, go to their welfare system. But the RAISE Act, it cuts the number back down to 500,000 over a period of time, which was plenty. He said the act addresses three basic questions regarding potential immigrants. Is there a national security threat? Will they displace American workers by driving down wages? And are they going to cost the taxpayer by going on welfare rolls? Kobach stated that these basic questions Americans have been asking throughout our history, and it's not un-American to want to go this route. It is very American with these numbers, and they sit there and they push that bullshit sayings onto you to make you feel guilty. This is the American way. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I get so sick of that. A left-wing magazine, The Nation reports. The Nation report puts Russia hack DC narrative in a free-for-all. A bombshell report published Wednesday by avidly liberal news magazine, The Nation, may have put the last nail in the coffin of the Russian hack narrative that has dominated the mainstream media's coverage for the last year. Yeah, I think something's going on with Facebook, because everything on my end says it's broadcasting fine, but I'm having trouble on my end too, Jenna. Just bear with me and give me some time to work this out. Like I said, I'm showing on my end it's going good. That's the weird part. Oh. Yes. All right. Yeah, I'm getting some weird shit on my end, but the bombshell report, the author Patrick Lawrence assembles the findings of months of investigation by a forensic computer expert and former NSA officials to conclude quite categorically what other independent media outlets suggested for nearly a year. There was no hack of the DNC by Russian governments or anyone else last summer. An internal leaker is much more likely source of the confidential internal DNC emails that upended the presidential campaign season when they became public last June. I've been saying for a while, have I not? I've been saying for a while. It wasn't a hacker. It was a disgruntled worker that had both access to Hillary Clinton's campaign and DNC, worked at both places, was not happy with what they were seeing going on. They very easily, where's one? Just one of these, little thumb drive. Go in, plug it in, download all the emails, walk out, boom. Who wants it? Who's going to publish it? That sounds more plausible. And especially when I found out that the DNC refused to let FBI look at their computers, to investigate, to look at the evidence. When they refused to let the FBI and said, we'll get an independent company to do it, don't worry about it. Why? Why would you refuse to let the FBI, if you were just hacked and sensitive information was stolen from your database, why would you refuse to let the law enforcement officials go and look at your information, look at your computer to figure out who did it, to trace? Why? Because you didn't get hacked. The DNC never got hacked. Hillary Clinton never got hacked. All it was someone walked in with a thumb drive and walked out with the information. And that's where Seth Richards comes in. Now, I'm not saying he did or he didn't. I'm just saying that's where his story comes in. There's a lot saying that it was him, and that's why he's dead. That sounds more plausible than the Russia hacked him. Some supporters of Senator Bernie Sanders saw in the emails a DNC plot to support eventual nominee Hillary Clinton, dealing a blow to Democrat unity in the run-up to the party's convention. That's a good way. You know, it was a Bernie Sanders supporter that was working and said, no, this isn't right. Let's get this information out there. The Nation, a leading publication of American left for over a century, may seem an unlikely place for such a thorough refutation of one of the Democrat Party's most salient talking points. Lawrence, however, is strikingly forthright, calling the supposed hacks and continued allegation of collusion by President Donald Trump and his association a great edifice. Lawrence points to the central role the DNC hack played in the Russiagate narrative. Let's also go back to, in 2015, a study group was done by John Podesta. And it said, her weak point, she would lose over 50% supporters when Russia of her selling uranium. Of her selling uranium to Russia, she would lose over 50% of her voters. Right there was the start of the Russia story to go against Trump. You throw your weakness onto your opponent so that they can't use it against you. So you accuse your opponent of exactly what you're being accused of, and they can't throw it at you. That's why this whole Russia story is going about. And it started early with, oh, you're very cozy with Russia. You're friendly with Russia. Well, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a broadcast, it's easy. It's easy. Just go to Reaver.one and click on the SHR TV button. That's it. Done. All right, Jenna. I looked into it during the break, and the only one I don't know why, it's got to be Facebook is giving trouble, because I'm having trouble on my end with the reception, too. When I go to the other computers in the house and I pulled the program up, I was getting a really weird, static in the broadcast. I don't know why. I'll take a look into it and see what I can do about it. All right. We're talking about The Nation, a left-leaning magazine that's even saying that the Russian story is pretty much done. It's a hoax. All this was set in motion when the DNC mail server was first violated in the spring of 2016, and by subsequent assertions that Russia were behind the hack in another such operation, also described as a Russian hack on July 5th. These are the foundation stories of the edifice just outlined. The evolution of public discord in the year since is worthy of scholar study. Possibility became allegation, and these became probabilities. Then the probabilities turned into certainties, and these evolved into what are now taken to be established truths. Now, according to research by the experts Lawrence cites, the group Veteran Intelligence Professional for Sanity, a Russian government cyber attack on the DC computer is likely not a possibility. The group has examined several aspects of the email's journey to the public eye and concluded it cannot be made to comport with a hacker in the form of Soviet Union. The files apparently were transferred to a data storage device at a speed not possible over the internet. Metadata also indicates that these emails were taken by someone in the Eastern Daylight Time Zone and then deliberately copy and pasted into a Microsoft Word file that had its language setting changed to Russia in a ruse to throw off investigator. The conclusion of 4 of the VIP's investigators was unanimous, and Lawrence writes. Now, this is a liberal magazine and a liberal writer. All those interviewed came in between 90% and 100% certain that the forensics prove out. I have already quoted Skip Folden's answer. Impossible based on the data. The laws of physics don't lie. Ray McGovern volunteered at one point. It's QED thermal demonstrated. William Bonney said in response to my question, there's no evidence out there to get me to change my mind. When I asked Edward Loomis, a 90% man, about the 10% he held out, he replied, I've looked at the work and it shows there was no Russia hack. But I didn't do the work. That's the 10%. I'm a scientist. Nothing in the report, however, dissuaded the DNC from its conviction the Russians are responsible for the publication of their internal communication. U.S. intelligence agencies have concluded the Russian government hacked the DNC in an attempt to interfere in the election. Any suggestion otherwise is false and is just another conspiracy theory like those published by Trump and his administration, DNC Deputy Communicate Director stated. Of course, they're going to keep going with it, and they're going to try to blame Trump. They can't come out in a minute and go, yep, we fucking lied about it. Yep. No, they can't do that, so they got to keep the ruse up. There is no proof Russia did anything. Democrats have been willing to start a war with Russia because they lost a fucking election. Let that sink in. The nation's story is by no means the first indication something might be awry with the official version of what happened at the DNC last summer. Shortly after the emails became public, Julia Assange, whose WikiLeaks played a major role in the emails' dissemination, claimed Russia played no role. But this did nothing to stem the flood of assurance from a Russian hack. I still laugh because remember when WikiLeaks was dumping all those Iraq files about Bush? Democrats loved them back then. And when they started getting files dumped, it's Russia. The central text of the Russiagate gospel became the intelligence community assessment issued in January of this year, days before President Barack left office. Presumably, this ICA, quote for months in the mainstream media, is being the work of all 17 American intelligence agencies, is the basis of the DNC's continued claim of a Russian hack. The reality, as the New York Times finally admitted in June, was that only 3 agencies participated in the creation of the ICA. The 17 agencies line, a fixture of pro-Russiagate media since Hillary Clinton used the figure in her second presidential debate performance, was and is fake news. Lawrence's piece further takes the ICA to task. James Clapper, the former director of national intelligence, admitted in May that hand-picked analysis from 3 agencies, not the 17 previously reported, drafted the ICA, he writes, pointing out that not even the whole of the 3 agencies cited, FBI, NSA, and CIA, were involved, but only a few staffers hand-picked by Clapper. The intelligence agency, according to Lawrence, did not even examine the DNC's computer, a mission he calls beyond preposterous, and instead relied on a third-party report from CrowdStrike, a nonprofit co-founded by Dmitry Alperovich, some goddamn Russian name, described as vigorously anti-Russian. The high confidence in Russian culpability we heard of again and again in mainstream media reporting is an invasive term, and how officials avoid putting their names on the assertion we are strongly used to accept. When this is put to bed, and it's going to be one of these days, people need to deserve to go to jail for the outright lie. Someone needs to go to jail. This is disgusting what the Democrats, because they lost the election, are putting this country through. They have turned this country upside down. Some conservatives are already laundering Lawrence's report and the work of VIPs as a final vindication of their skepticism. Americans for Limited Government President Rick Manning, for example, issued the following statement Thursday. If the whole premise of the special counsel Robert Mueller investigation that Russia hacked the DNC emails interfering with the election is in fact false, and it was a DNC insider, as the Nation reports former NSA officials contending, there is simply no rationale for the special counsel to continue investigating the Russia angle. It is incumbent upon the Justice Department to determine and settle once and for all the true source of the DNC emails. The only prosecution that can flow from that investigation must be out of Obama administration officials who covered up the real facts surrounding the DNC emails, setting the nation off on this new Red Scare. If Mueller is unwilling to go where the evidence lead, and in this case to the DNC itself and the Obama administration cover-up, then he is not fit to serve. In Mueller's case, there is either obstruction or willful blindness. As has been written prior, the DNC hack, now better known as the DNC leak, the term originally used in these pages, is not only pillar of the Russian conclusion narrative to face collapse. As the media hysteria passes its first anniversary, it became clear through the testimony of investor William Browder that Fusion GPS, the research firm that assembled for a still unknown client the infamous perverse 2016 dossier describing now President Trump asking Russian prostitutes to urinate for his pleasure, had in fact worked for the Russian government in the past. With actual evidence of Russian collusion with the Trump campaign now looking increasingly unlikely to come to light, there are increasing indication Mueller's investigation has shifted to looking for financial crimes allegedly committed by President Trump and his family long before and far outside the presidential campaign. The impact of the revelations unearthed by the VIPS team and the Nation on that investigators have yet to be seen. This is an absolute joke. I've been calling it since day one that it's a joke. There is no evidence. Zero evidence. That's why I don't understand. If a police department started an investigation like this, they could actually get in trouble. There is no evidence, only accusations. And the accusations are ridiculous. There's no proof of any hacking. It has been said time and time again from the beginning. And I've been preaching it on the show. It's been said it was an insider in the DNC who got that information and handed it over. I don't know. But the liberals aren't going to give it up because they know they have to keep going. They keep looking more like idiots by staying with it. But if they don't, they'll look like a bunch of liars upon it. So, which way are they going to go? They don't have many paths to go anymore. This is coming up now. Chelsea Handler has asked the military to overthrow Trump. Seriously. They're the ones claiming Trump's being like Nazi Germany and all this, and he's being a fascist. But these dumb liberals are the ones that want the military to overthrow our government. They keep talking democracy is in trouble. They're the ones that want the military to overthrow a president and take control. That right there puts democracy in trouble. This shows how stupid these people really are. First of all, it's not only dangerous and misguided, it is dangerous. I mean, to have the military go in and take over is scary as hell. I'm pro-military, but you don't want them taking control. Our government has always separated the two things for a reason. And now these idiot liberals, and she's not the first one, we want the government to go in and take control because Trump's destroying our democracy. I want him to take our military to take over because Trump's a fascist. And you want what again? Yeah, liberals, keep talking. You're showing your stupidity big time. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. It's a really messed up world we're living in, and the Democrats just seem to love fucking it up on us. So, Senator Camille Harris, the junior senator, or freshman, is it? I forget which. Tweeted on Thursday that it is past time. Now, remember, she's talking about running for president for 2020. And she says it's past time to ban private ownership of assault weapons. Harris suggests public safety is her motivation, which is strange when one considers that assault weapons are used so infrequently by criminals that the FBI reports nearly 3 times more people are stabbed to death than are killed by rifles of any kind. And shotguns included in that. 3 times greater to get killed by stabbing to death over rifles of any kind, including shotguns, and that's, you know, the quote-unquote assault rifles included. They don't know what they're talking about. They really don't. So you talk about it's a safety issue, and Homeland Security has had, prior to Obama, the AR-15 was classified as the best home defense weapon you could have. But yeah, I could see how they think it's dangerous. Freaking idiots. Come on. Now I'm still looking at this and I think it's goddamn Facebook fucking up. It's pissing me off. The FBI's 2015 Uniform Crime Report, the UCR, showed the number of people killed with rifles of any kind and shotguns in 2015 total approximately 548. Nearly 3 times that exactly. Nearly 3 times that many, approximately 1,573, were stabbed or hacked to death. But yeah, I could see how a safety issue that we had to ban assault rifles. Yeah. Go ahead. I want you to campaign on that. I really do. That'd be a fucking landslide loss like never before. And do not miss the fact that the number of assault weapons-related deaths would have been but a fraction of the 548 total deaths from rifles of any kind, shotguns combined. Yet Senator Harris is pushing an assault rifle ban for the benefit of public safety. Oh my God. How dumb can you be? Seriously, how dumb can you be? The United States had a federal assault weapons ban from 1994 to 2004 without any noticeable impact on crime. Moreover, it is evident that most Democrats who call for reimplementation of such a ban do not realize that the ban did not even ban assault weapons. Rather, it banned assault weapons with certain cosmetic feature. It was all a ruse. Another example of Democrats claiming they did that which they did not do. Even the New York Times detests this and ran a column explaining that the very term assault weapon is a myth that Democrats created in the 1990s. According to the New York Times, the United States was suffering from a spike in gun crimes in the early 1990s. So Democrats created and blamed an entire category of guns. The ban lasted from 1994 to 2004, and although crime fell during that time, a detailed study found no proof the decline was due to the ban. But yet, and what happens every time Democrats scream for gun control when they're running for election? They lose. They lose. So go ahead. Go right ahead. Continue your charade and claiming you're doing it for safety. Because it has nothing to do with safety. It really doesn't. It really has to do with an uneducated viewpoint. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, so you're going to try to blame an inanimate object on crimes that aren't even being committed by it. That's how dumb this is anymore. Oh, it's scary. It is scary, people. Let's see. I'm going to try backdoor solution to all this. Do-do-do-do. Oh. That's not a reverse wedgie. Oh, I got to give a shout out to my mother. Happy birthday, Mom. I think she turned 74 today. Happy birthday. So I pull this up. Yeah, tomorrow I go over to my aunt's house again to help pack more stuff up. At least I'll have Sunday to recuperate this time. Oh, I do not look forward to that. No, I do not. Let's see how it's doing. Let's see. Still trying to. It's bugging me with the goddamn. It's got to be something with Facebook. It's got to be. Got to be. Because everything on my end's going great. The YouTube broadcast is going through great. But Ellison, in just case you don't know who that is, the DNC Deputy Chair, Representative Keith Ellison, he's shooting his mouth off multiple times. He's at a Netroots National Annual Conference on Friday and stated President Trump is threatening Kim Jong-un and that North Korea leader is acting in a more responsible manner than the president. Fucking Kim Jong-un is threatening to nuke the fucking United States. Our president responds, and this jackass says that North Korea leader is acting more responsible. These people are willing to have our country fucking nuked for politics. So they can try to sit there and say that they got a little, a couple of good shots in. This is how irresponsible the Democrats are of late. We have a leader. Now think about it. Kim Jong-un put his uncle up for execution in front of an anti-aircraft gun. His crime? He fell asleep during a meeting. And that person is more responsible than our president. Because our president, yeah, they're still static. I think it's Facebook. I really do, because I'm having it. All my broadcasts are going now great. Can you get YouTube, Jenna? If you can go to YouTube, that broadcast is coming out great. But yeah, and just for political talking points, this idiot is going to risk our country. That's how dangerous the Democrat Party has been. In response to a question on how to prevent President Trump from using a predictable emergency to send the country to war, Ellison said North Korea is a serious thing. You have this guy making bellicose threats against somebody else who has very little to lose over there. Kim Jong-un, the world's always thought he was not a responsible leader. Well, he's acting more responsible than this guy is. But I'm telling you that once you start seeing missile launch, you're going to see the time for cracking up the anti-war machine is right. So if you don't want to get caught deer in the headlights, start calling for diplomacy in North Korea immediately. We've been doing diplomacy for 20-some fucking years, you half-witted nerf herder. Right, the last time we had a president speak like this, and yes, a president was Bill Clinton. He gave in and gave him $4 billion to stop their rhetoric. And that's what this jackass does. He does his rhetoric, and the countries throw him money so that he can make more missiles, so he can build more ICBMs with miniature nukes. And that's what he's expecting. Trump's going to pay him off. And that's what Ellison wants him to do. That's their solution, pay everybody off. Fuck that. Trump did the best thing, put him in his place. Now ignore him. China's already came out and said, if we attack or try to remove Kim Jong-un, they will defend. But if Kim Jong-un and North Korea attack first, they will not step in when the United States goes after them. They will not defend North Korea if North Korea starts it. So we've already won right there. Trump doesn't need to start anything. All it takes is one missile get launched the wrong way, and we have the right to retaliate, and China steps aside. North Korea is done with. So Ellison doesn't know what he's talking about. Ellison is trying to blow smoke up people's ass to try to garner political points. Nothing more, nothing less. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Hell, I'm no more than this jackass does. Then he turns around at the same convention, and it's in Atlanta, and he said Supreme Court Associate Justice Neil Gorsuch, who was appointed by President Donald Trump, was an illegitimate Supreme Court justice. Really? Really? Ellison, it is critical at this moment that we understand that representative democracy itself is under assault. Yeah, it's under assault. It's under assault by the Democrat Party for pushing so much bullshit lies. He added, I said the other day that I thought that Neil Gorsuch was an illegitimate justice. I had a great progressive come up to me and say, oh, don't say that. That's what they say. I said, no, wait a minute. This guy escaped every rule that you're supposed to go through to become a Supreme Court justice. How is that legit? Do not repeat the other side's talking point. What? What did he skip? Ellison is making shit up to try to have a talking point. That's all. The guy blows more smoke up people's asses. It's the guy. You know what? I had hoped that this guy took over the DNC because he will be the downfall of the DNC, and it looks like the chairman is starting to, get turn into another Keith Ellison. Go right ahead. It's going to destroy the party. They're pushing it down a path that not many people want in this country. I don't know. It's... And then you have Stephen King. Stephen King is calling for Trump to be removed from office. Donald Trump is unfit for office, needs to be removed. How the fuck is he unfit? They keep making this shit up. He's unfit. Well, you know what? Oh, my God. This is what gives me a headache at nights. Dumbasses like this. Dumbasses like this. Much as I feel he should have, I wasn't out there screaming everything. He needs to be removed. Obama needs to be removed. I wasn't. There was some that did it. And I actually defended why we shouldn't do it. Why we couldn't and shouldn't do it. And why we shouldn't even try. Because people are like, oh, we should just still try. No, we shouldn't. You would have gave Democrats power. It would have never got through. The numbers weren't there. It's not smart to. And it's just, it's blustering from the left. They think they're repaying. And they think it's actually going to bolster their side when they're pissing their side off. They're pissing their own people off. But you know what? We'll be right back. Right after these breaks, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its host, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here and has expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday. Well, Eastern Standard Time. Oh, boy, am I screwing up again. Oh, boy. Sean's going to beat me later. He'll probably threaten to fire me for that one. Dang taskmaster. Let's see. Oh, it's Friday. I want everybody to have a safe and great weekend. Again, be safe. Have fun, but be safe. Be smart. What do we got up next? Let's see. Well, comedian Chelsea Handler urged the President's General to remove Trump from office, lest they be judged negatively by historians. To all the generals surrounding our idiot-in-chief, the longer you wait to remove him, the longer your name will appear negatively in history. The vocal Trump critic and Netflix talk show host wrote on Twitter. What a fucking idiot. What is it? You go on TV, you lose your fucking mind? I don't know. I am. What the fuck? Because President. Oh, whatever. I'm just. I want to bash my head into a wall. Anybody else? I just want to, repeatedly bash my head into a wall so I lose enough brain cells that I understand what the hell they're actually talking about. You know, I'd have to kill probably all my brain cells so I had one left. Then I might understand what they're talking about. Someone wrote, my mouth is not a bakery. I don't sugarcoat anything. I like that. I actually like that. Oh. It's... And these protest people happening. Ashley Judge says she was there was sexism because someone called her sweetie. Get the fuck over yourself. Please, get the fuck over yourself. Because the other person also put their hand on her shoulder nicely and said that she had a nice dress. Oh my God, the sexism of that person. Oh my God. That evil, evil person. Get the fuck over yourself. DNC members wishes Wasserman Schultz would go away. I don't know. Representative Deputy Wasserman Schultz is facing backlash from the party she used to lead over the controversy involving a former IT aide now at the center of a criminal probe. One member of the Democrat National Committee leveled unsparing criticism at the former DNC chairwoman in an interview with Politico, saying, "We wish she would go away and stop being so public by doubling down on negative stories." DNC member Nikki Barnes from Wasserman Schultz's home state of Florida suggested the controversy is creating a sense of deja vu for a party trying to move on from last year's DNC upheaval when Wasserman Schultz was pressured to step down in the wake of an email hack that exposed internal discussions about ways to undermine then-primary candidate Bernie Sanders. Barnes argued her return to the national spotlight has the potential to damage the party anew. Those of us on the DNC know we have to rebrand ourselves and earn the people's trust. And unfortunately, Debbie's name does not scream trust. It screams power. The criticism comes as Wasserman Schultz has defended her decision to keep aide Amaran Awana on the payroll for months, even after a criminal investigation was revealed, and he was barred from the House IT network. She did not fire him until he was arrested in late July on a bank fraud count. Iwana and other family members for years had lucrative arrangements for IT-related work on Capitol Hill for House Democrats. According to Daily Caller, the members of the Pakistani family made at least $4 million since 2009. That's what? Carry the two. 8 years? $4 million in 8 years? What the? Jesus, that's a lot of money. For IT? Sounds more like somebody was being... I don't know. It just, something doesn't smell right with this whole situation. In an interview published last week in the Sun Sentinel, Wasserman Schultz blamed right-wing media circus frenzy or fringe for the attention on Awana. The former head of the Democrat National Committee suggests it's all a part of an effort to distract from the investigation of Russia's meddling in the 2016 campaign and possible ties to President Trump's team. I just, right there, it just... Oh... I don't know. An opportunity they can to pull people's eyes and ears away from that they take. Right-wing media circus fringe has immediately focused not on this run-of-the-mill investigation, just reporting the facts, but jumped to outrageous, erroneous conclusion that they were that they have ties to terrorists and that they were stealing data. Her colleagues in Congress, though, say there are serious security implications in her former staffer's case. We have to investigate how our systems may have been compromised, and that may involve putting people in the witness chair, Ron DeSantis, Republican from Florida, recently told Fox and Friends. Iwana and other IT aides for House Democrats have been on investigators' radar for months over concerns of possible double billing, alleged equipment theft, and access to a sensitive computer system. Most lawmakers fired Awana in February, but Schultz kept him on. Why? Why did she keep him on for so long when the other ones were dropping him? They got their access removed from the House because they got caught accessing information that they weren't supposed to on multiple occasions. They're accused of stealing equipment. And in one house that they rented out, the new tenant found hard drives, laptops, modems, and other devices smashed with hammers that had government markings. And when FBI was called in to investigate it, they removed them. And that's when, all of a sudden, Awana goes to flee the country, starts sending money overseas, and tries to flee the country where he's nabbed in an airport, fleeing. So you tell me how this doesn't look a little shady. And Wasserman Schultz once called a right-wing media fringe. Well, something's not adding up here. And the math's pretty easy to add up. Those services include consulting on a variety of office needs, such as on our website and printers, troubleshooting, and other issues. Wasserman Schultz spokesman David Damron told Fox News that their office workers with the House Chief Administration Officer to arrange for the employees to keep providing valuable services without access to the House network. Now, that's when they various office needs, such as website, printers, troubleshooting, and other issues. Awana, 37, of Virginia, pled not guilty to a single count of bank fraud. Attorney Christopher Gowan told Fox News that federal authorities have no evidence of misconduct by Awana relating to his IT duties. Let me tell you, that investigation was going on a while. They had a laptop that they kept in possession. You're going to see those charges filed, just not right now. They're getting everything all set to go. House Freedom Caucus launches a discharge petition to repeal Obamacare. Mark Meadows, Jim Jordan, and other members of the Freedom Caucus filed a discharge petition on Friday to repeal Obamacare. The Freedom Caucus filed a discharge petition a few weeks ago that would put a clean repeal bill of Obamacare before the House floor. Now that the Freedom Caucus put the bill on the House floor on Friday, conservative members can start gathering the necessary signatures to force the House to vote on the legislation. The discharge petition would require 218 signatures from members of Congress to force the House to vote on the bill. The legislation drafted by Jim Jordan mirrors the clean repeal bill of Obamacare in 2015, which passed the House and the Senate and would have become law if there were a Republican in the White House. In the following weeks, the Freedom Caucus will petition fellow members of the House to sign the petition. The legislation proposed by the Freedom Caucus would repeal most of Obamacare by the end of 2018, allowing lawmakers ample time to draft a free market alternative to the Affordable Care Act. Freedom Caucus Chairman Mark Meadows charged, "It's critical that we keep our promise to the American people and repeal Obamacare and replace it with a policy that works for American families. We cannot drag this process out any longer. This bill, with a 2-year delay on implementation of a repeal, will force Congress to come together on a replacement bill. President Trump is eager to sign, repeal, and replace. It's time we get to work and send both to his desk." Meadows previously explained in an exclusive interview that Tom Garrett's discharge petition would prevent House leadership, Democrats or moderates, from adding amendments to water down the Obamacare repeal bill. The House previously used a discharge petition to revive the U.S. Export-Import Bank 4 months after its charters expired. Meadows stated, "It's actually a little more nuanced approach. This is actually addressing a discharge petition with a rule and allows us to control the process where we do not receive amendments to the 2015 bill that would water it down or allow it for poison pill amendments. We've used this as a tool to not only say what we want the same bill as the one that we voted on 2015, but unlike the export-import debate, that doesn't require Democrats to discharge it. Obviously, we have 242 Republican members of the House, so all we have to do is sign on without a single Democrat to force action on the House floor." It's looking good. The House, I can see it getting through. It's the Senate where we're going to run into the problem. I believe we're still going to need 60 in the Senate, and we don't have 60. That's why I'm hoping come 2018, people don't give up on the Republican Party just yet. We get them supermajority in the Senate, keep supermajority in the House, and let's see what they can do from there. Then 2020, it's time to clean. If nothing gets done, time to clean and do something new. But until then, let's stay the path we're going. Let's go a little bit further and finish this ride and see where it takes us. Well, everybody, it's about that time. Coming up on the end of the show. Again, it's Friday. I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to have a great weekend. I want to thank everybody. I appreciate everybody that listens in. And remember, I'll be here Monday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the Reaver of Common Sense. Have a great weekend. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.